Ladies, I'm here on the show. I'm here to talk about some NASCAR. Yes, some NASCAR news here. Yeah, I actually haven't done one in like a month. This is episode number 80. Yeah, I finally want to talk about some, but... So first thing I'm going to talk about is some news that came out today. On April 2nd, Gray Gaulding, a part-time competitor in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, was arrested by the Mecklenburg County Sheriff's Department on Tuesday, April 2nd, at approximately 7:17 a.m. on a crime of domestic violence charge. And he was released at 12:43 p.m. Eastern Time, I assume on bail. Well, adios, Gray Gaulding. Don't think you'll get any more chances in NASCAR. As of now, there are no court dates scheduled for Gaulding per the North Carolina Judicial Branch website. I assume there probably will be, but just... why? Just sucks. Because he's a really underrated NASCAR racer, but... he ain't gonna get any more chances now probably after this. He was having an awesome showing in that 08 car number of years ago. Remember, he finished like 13th in points elevated program. And just sad it didn't work out, and just devastated to hear this praying for the victim. It doesn't really say any details. All it says is crime of domestic violence. I don't know what he did. But just every freaking time something like this comes out, feels like every few years. I never thought he had a loose screw like that. But NASCAR's confirmed it. He's been indefinitely suspended by the sanctioning body following the April 2nd arrest for misdemeanor charge of crime of domestic violence. So NASCAR has indefinitely suspended him. So yeah, that's the latest update. So Brad Keselowski, he talked about the reduction of practice. So he says that a reduction in practice on NASCAR Cup Series race weekends, which many expected to save the team's money, has not provided any cost saving. Instead, teams have spent their budgets on improving simulators to prepare for races. The cost saving moves never work. Teams with the money will always find a way to get speed. This just doesn't work, because it's not saving them any money. They're spending it some other place like any other NASCAR, like any other thing. NASCAR tries to save them money, they spend some other place, and then they wonder why NASCAR would like them to do something like a salary cap force them to spend within the budget or whatever, or something like that. It's just, this doesn't save them money. We just need to go back to practice and then do single car qualifying. I mean, that's just my opinion though, but yeah, this really isn't saving them money. Reducing practice, because they have to get simulators to freaking practice, because you only get like 20 minutes of practice and you're not going to learn much about your car. David Starr is going to run the NASCAR Cup Series race at Martinsville for Power Source Star Racing. David Starr will make his first NASCAR Cup Series start since the 2021 season this weekend, Martinsville Speedway, as he will pilot the number 66 machine for Power Source. So David Starr is back. Joey Gase. Yes, Joey Gase has been fined $5,000 for his actions in Saturday's hashtag NASCAR Xfinity Series race at Richmond, throwing his rear bumper at Dawson Cram's car. Knew he was going to get fined for it. But NASCAR can collect the fine through all the free marketing they'll get from the incident. But that publicly got him more money than that. That publicity got him more money than that. Even got a shout out from Stephen Colbert, actually. Man, I mean, it was worth it. I mean, he had every right to be frustrated. I mean, he wrecked him, so. Small team like that, can't afford that, gets wrecked. I mean, be frustrated too, and I'd throw my bumper at Dawson Cream. So, $5,000, surprised it wasn't a suspension for walking in front of a active track knowing NASCAR. But yeah. Friday's NASCAR Camping World Truck Series race in Martinsville will feature some international flavor. Via Thor Sport Racing's nose tire Cam Waters, the Supercars winner is, quote, absolutely pumped for his debut, which he says has been in the works for more than a year. So Cam Waters is going to make his NASCAR Truck Series debut this weekend. So it's been in the works for more than a year, and he'll be making his debut this week at Martinsville. A crew chief change this week. The number 3, or for the rest of the year, the number 3 RCR racing team is making a change. Justin Alexander takes back over as crew chief for Austin Dillon. Joe Keller will take over as lead engineer, and former CC Keith Rodden, crew chief, will move to another role in the organization. Keith Rodden's just not a good crew chief. He was crew chief for Casey Kane for a few years, and he was bad. I don't know. Justin Alexander's been and Austin Dillon have been a good crew chief driver duo, but I just don't know about Austin Dillon. Another entry list update: Mike Snyder is now listed as a driver of the number 07 Chevrolet for SS Greenlight Racing in Saturday's NASCAR Xfinity Series Dude Wipes race. So Mike Snyder's in the 07. Cole Custer's skiing for Saturday night at Martinsville, blacked out. Love this car. Looks absolutely fantastic. Because that's hot. So now we have to get into the drama from Sunday night at Richmond. I didn't do a race review for this because the race was boring besides the last 3 laps. But we have to talk about this. Denny Hamlin jumped the restart, didn't get called. A lot of me and others are pretty much agreed. Jumped the start. But Elton Sawyer, NASCAR's VP, NASCAR Senior VP, Vice President of Competition, he explained the decision not to penalize him in the moment for jumping that restart. He said, basically, he's talking about, there's no doubt he rode early, but if this happens at lap 10 or 50 or 300, the call would have been different. But here's my question. Why judge that differently? Why is it not any restart you jump it's a penalty? Why is it just specifically like early or maybe 100 laps sooner? So the precedent's been set. They've set the precedent. I mean, if you call that in the next restart, if you call that on the later, you're basically saying, oh, we're letting Toyota and Denny cheat. So what I'm hearing is it's legal on the last restart. That's pretty much what they just told you here. Unless your name's it's legal on the last lap for Denny Hamlin. But cheating at the end's okay, I guess. And NASCAR set the precedent now. The next person that does it on the restart and they get called for it, we're going to look back and say, oh, but why didn't Denny get penalized at Richmond? It's just an odd thing to say. Like, the rules, NASCAR they just changed their rules week in, week out. Would this have been different if it was a different driver? I mean, if it was like a guy like Chastain, he would have got penalized or somebody. No excuse. I get this. I get that this sport happens fast, no timeouts answer. But what's the harm in reviewing the key restart after a checkered flag? I mean, come on. It's ridiculous. Yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Stephen Malloy returns to NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series this weekend at Martinsville in the 22 truck. So I think it's an AM entry prepared by Rayoon. I think Rayoon bought AM's assets, so the 22 is a full Rayoon truck. So yeah, Stephen Malloy is returning. That's more news here. The purse money for this week at Martinsville. Cup $7 million, $7,669,000. Xfinity $1,507,000, and the Truck Series $746,000. Well, the Martinsville Truck winner sure gets a lot of money there. The purse money doesn't really pay much as it used to. Uh, so here's Josh Berry's scheme. A gold, I think. I don't know what this scheme's for. But yeah, this is a gold scheme. I don't think they said what race will be. It'll be a Mobile One's 50th anniversary scheme for Josh Berry. Looks pretty nice. They didn't say what race this would be for, but it's a really great scheme. Zane Smith will be driving the number 91 for Bill McAnally Racing at Texas Motor Speedway in the Speedy Cash 91. So Zane Smith will be back.
But if I tell you what.
Speedway Motorsports is starting to move concrete to fill a 700 square foot hole that developed underneath two sections, about 600 seats of the North Wilkesboro Speedway grandstand. The track has plenty of big rocks and dirt underneath, provides solid ground foundation. So, there's that. So with the runner-up finish at Richmond, Eric Amarola will compete for the $100,000 dash for cash bonus this weekend, and the number 20 car for JGR. I'm just saying that because after Martinsville, Ryan Trix will take over for the 20 car the next three races at Texas, Talladega, and Dover. Ryan Trix will be back. But this is kind of an interesting tweet I saw here from Adam Stern yesterday. As Team Trackhouse, 2311, Legacy Motor Club, and the Junior Motorsports are among the teams said to be interested in an expansion in the NASCAR Cup Series. So, I'd like to see Junior Motorsports. Possibly. Because there's talk SHR with the charters. They could maybe lose a charter or two, and I think SHR might downsize next year. The big question is where will those charters go? And which expected downsize and which drivers go. I don't know about Gregson or Briscoe. Barry. Priest could be the odd man out. I don't know. Because I don't think you want to take Gregson out of the 10 car. Because he's had some bad races here, but he's had some solid runs. Barry's had some good runs recently. Briscoe can get you maybe a win or two, have some solid runs. Priest just really hasn't. And I think SHR is really going to downsize. I really do. But hopefully Junior Motorsports can maybe get in the Cup Series at some point. If there's a charter available, say if SHR downsizes. And the possibility of Sturos Racing selling charters, also per Adam Stern here, before 2025 has become a hot topic in the NASCAR garage in recent weeks, according to more than half a dozen industry executives familiar with the matter, and SHR declined. They declined to comment on that. I think it's going to be Junior's chance if he wants to get in the Cup Series, because I feel like it. I just feel like SHR would, have a charter go, or might have a chartered available. Or selling a charter is what I meant. And their feature has become one of the most watched topics. Whether it could sell charters or downsize, I could definitely see them selling a charter and downsizing as soon as next year. And I don't think it's Tony selling SHR. I just think it's them downsizing and selling a charter. Chris Myers said this on Twitter. Don't expect NASCAR to race on Easter Sunday in the near future or at the LA Coliseum, but you can expect racing in Southern California at a track yet to be determined. So it looks like Easter Sunday won't be a thing anymore in NASCAR, having that, or the LA Coliseum. Most likely. Where at in California, I don't know, but we'll see. That Fox got 3.310 million viewers for Sunday night's NASCAR Cup Series race at Richmond. So, I mean, the grandstands looked empty, but I'm not surprised. I mean, it was Easter, so definitely not surprised. Lucas Oil, a long-term partner of RCR and ACR Engines, will continue its sponsorship of Kyle Busch. Carson Qualifel will carry Chevy truck season on board the number 88 Chevy for his debut this weekend at Martinsville. Xfinity Race at Dover as a sponsor. Betrivers 200. Bait Rivers. Richmond possibly might not have 2 cup dates next year, which I agree, because that track's just not as good anymore. But they win these every race. But that's really all I have to say here, so until next time, out. Peace.